Hello to all my lovely and wonderful friends. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Crissanna, and if you're new here, then welcome, and if you're an oldie, welcome back. So guys, in today's video, we have another exciting one. So Morphe released a new collection, and if you've been here with me for a while, you know that I love Morphe, and I pretty much buy all of their new makeup releases. So I got the Morphe 18V-Va Bloom Artistry Palette. So here's what the packaging looks like. And then I also got the SoftFocus Cream Blush, and I got this in the shade Audacious Apricot. So I want to say the palette was either 20 or 22, and then the blush was around 12. So their prices have definitely went up. I'll leave everything linked below so you guys can check out the prices and everything for yourselves, because I might have been wrong about the price. I don't know. I know they've definitely went up. So like, again, I will leave everything linked below. So let's go ahead and try out this blush first. So this is actually extremely tiny, you guys. I was expecting it to be a little bit bigger, but I feel like sometimes with cream blushes, you don't need a whole lot. So let's go ahead and read about this. Melts into cheeks for velvety sheer to buildable matte color and is formulated with super moisturizing murumuru and capuchu butter. Then I'll go ahead and pull the palette out really quickly as well. So I also did pull out a Feel palette just to compare to see if there's any similarities, because again, I do have a lot of Morphe palettes and I feel like I definitely have shades of this in my collection. So I'll just compare at the end to show you guys. So here is what this one looks like. I mean, look how pretty, you guys. This absolutely screams spring and summer. Comes with a large mirror as well. Let's go ahead and try this blush first. So I've already did powder, bronzer, and all that good stuff. I'm going to take a flat foundation brush. This is typically what I use for a cream blush. So there is, I think, 4 or 5 more shades in this. And then they also came out with powder blushes as well. I was really looking for like a total pinky tone blush to match the palette, but there wasn't one that was like super pink. I'm just hoping that this lays okay on top of powder. Ooh, that is a really, really pretty shade. So it's actually pink enough for me. Very pigmented, very smooth. And it laid perfectly over top of powder. No streakiness, no patchiness. I'm just going to take some powder highlight by Complex Culture. I'm going to take the HBO Amplifying Eyeshadow Base. So for today, I'm just going to be doing one look just because my daughter has a dentist appointment. But maybe in the future, if you guys want to see more looks or anything like that, you can let me know and I can do more looks. I'm first going to grab this shade right here, and it's called She's Tough. So we're going to start from the darkest shade and work our way up to the lightest. So I'm going to start stamping this right through the crease. Right off the bat, super pigmented shade, which I do usually expect out of Morphe. So we're going to take a lighter shade to start blending out this deep shade. I'm going to take this shade called Rosy. I'm just lightly going to start going right up here on the edge. Then I'm going to take the lightest pink in the palette called Dandy. Really, really wanted to use this shade. I feel like this, out of all the shades, this one screamed me the most. And this is going to be our last shade, and it's going to go right up here closer to the brow bone. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back through all of the shades. I'm going to put it in fast forward motion so you'll still see what I'm doing. Alright, y'all, so the blending part is done. I think for today I am going to cut the crease just because I want the shimmers to stand out a little bit more. I'm just going to take my CoverGirl Undercover Concealer, and I'm going to take this flat brush by Wet n Wild. So this is a flat concealer brush. I'm going to take my ring finger and tap right here just to blend out this edge. I'm going to go back in with Rosy, and I'm just going to use Rosy just to smooth this edge here. And I'm going back into She's Tough, which is the deepest shade. And again, just making sure that this outer portion is nice and seamless. For shimmer shade, I'm first going to grab this pink one right here called All Nighter. This is going to go on the inner portion of the lid. That is a really, really pretty pigmented shade. And then I'm going to take this one right below it called Sophisticated. And this is going to go right in the center, and I'm going to blend it right over to the outer portion. I was kind of worried how this shade was going to look, but it doesn't look bad. It's not really what I wanted. I wanted something more of like purple. This has more of like a burgundy red undertone. All right, guys, so there is one eye done, and I really, really like this palette so far. And again, I have been really, really into pinks lately. I'm just, again, so sick of like neutrals and stuff like that. I want to like definitely jump outside my comfort zone. And pinks is something that I've been loving. Pinks, purples, blues, greens, like I've been loving all of it. So let me go ahead and finish up this side. I'll throw in some lashes, and then I'll come back. We can do the lower lash line, and then I'll kind of give you some comparisons on other swatches that I think are similar to this one. For the lower lash line, I'm going to go back in with She's Tough and Rosy. I'm just going to take Rosy on a pencil brush, and I'm just going to pop this right here on the lash line. I'm going to take a more skinny smudging brush and go in with She's Tough. I'm going to keep this as close to the lash line as I can. Going back in with the pencil brush, smoke that out. I'm going to take the Urban Decay Glide On pencil in the shade Black, and I'm just going to get my waterline. Going back in with the pencil brush and into Rosy to smoke that out once more. To highlight the inner corner, I'm going to take this second shade over called Cutesy. Okay, so it's not super brightening, but it works. So for eyeshadow comparisons, I pulled out two that are extremely similar. And one of them is going to be the Morphe 35XO. So this got released, I want to say at least over a year and a half ago. So here are both of the palettes. As you can see, most of the darker matte shades are the same. There's a few lighter pink shades that are also the same and some shimmers. Let me go ahead and show you the other palette that's kind of similar, and then maybe I can swatch some shades side by side to show you. The Morphe 35X Big Primpin', and again, these are not identical, but again, some of the darker matte shades and some shimmer shades are definitely similar, but not the exact same. So that's what I do like about Morphe, is I feel like sometimes it looks like their palettes are very similar, but they're actually not, because they do have different shades in them. So let's start by swatching some shades out of the 35XO and the new one. All right, y'all, so after carefully going over the palette, this side is the new palette, and then this side is the 35XO. And honestly, you guys, there's not a whole lot of similar shades. I mean, there's a couple, but definitely a lot different than what I was expecting. Let me go ahead and wipe this off, and then we'll compare it to the Big Primpin'. But it does definitely make me happy that Morphe puts different shades, because I feel like even though the palettes that they come out with look similar, they're not actually as similar as I thought. All right, y'all, so I found three that were similar, but again, they're not identical. So I would say the Morphe 35XO has more similarities than this one. So yeah, guys, there was barely any similarities. So if you're eyeing the VA Bloom and you have the 35XO or the 35X Big Primpin', I would say go with this. I think when it comes down to it, you'd probably be able to create the same looks, but I'm a big Morphe collector, and I like to try to buy any palette that they come out with. So let me go ahead and give you guys a close-up, and we'll wrap up with this video. So if you guys would like for me to do like a side-by-side comparison with the 35XO or the 35 Big Primpin' and try to create like the same eye looks, let me know down in the comment section below, and I'll definitely do that. Yeah, if you guys like this video, or you guys found this video helpful and you guys want to see more videos with this eyeshadow palette, please be sure to give this video a big old thumbs up, and please subscribe if you haven't already. If there's anything at all that you guys want to see next, please let me know. And yeah, guys, I gotta get out of here because my daughter has a dentist appointment today, and I definitely don't want her to be late for it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for sitting here and hanging out with me. I love you guys so much. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.